Hi, my name is Nazia. I'm the founder of an organisation called Sustainably Muslim, which aims to inspire Muslims to protect the environment. We do events, workshops and volunteering opportunities.
Salam alaikum. My name is Sammy Ahmed and I'm profoundly deaf. And I work as a youth officer for Deaf World, which is a registered charity. My journey is really inspired by my own personal experience. Because I didn't really have any skills. I had very kind of low confidence, low knowledge, and I didn't really have a lot of understanding about leadership. So the goal really is to encourage young deaf people through our projects to reduce isolation and also mental health, or difficulties with mental health and life skills.
I've been a one-person team for the longest time, and I really wanted to build something that would take my organisation to the next level, but still grounded in purpose and value. Currently, Sustainably Muslim has had a real impact on the community. We've worked with over 2,000 people and partnered with over 25 organisations. But now I'm really just trying to think, how can we replicate and scale that up to other parts of the UK?
I'm very passionate about the deaf charity and supporting the deaf community, especially with spiritually and emotionally. There's been a lot of barriers, especially to do with culture as well, beliefs, loads of barriers in that area, so that's really inspired me.
I really want to shift my thinking towards the bigger picture. What kind of lasting impact do I want this organisation to have on society? I think up until now, I've mostly focused on the programme side of things, planning events, workshops and community activities. But now I'm hoping to learn how to build with long-term purpose, not just running good programmes, but creating real, measurable change that aligns with my values.
A lot of our leaders were full of passion, full of drive, but sometimes they didn't have perhaps the kind of the competencies needed to run an organisation. And you know what? Why should they? Right? They're amazing at what they do. They're change makers in their communities. They're either a child psychotherapist, they're a teacher. That's what they do, right? But what they don't necessarily have is how to run an organisation. What is governance? What is fundraising? All of these things. So we said, before we can start to invest in these people, we really must build their capacity as leaders. And that's what the Social Venture Academy is there to do.
The Social Venture Academy essentially is the one-on-one on how to run a charity effectively and how to scale effectively. We bring together technical aspects like financial management, governance. We also bring together our faith.
What they're also going to learn is from each other. Right? You're going to have this cohort of people who are in a very similar place, very similar position, and you're going to see them learn amazingly from each other. And that's one of the soft goals of this program, which really hard to measure, but we know it happens. We see it in front of our eyes.
So we're about to start a session with a number of venture leads from the Social Venture Academy, and we're going to help them pitch, improve their pitch. I felt that you could have made a stronger start to your presentation. I really loved the cricket picture at the end.
So I want us all to remember 6 months ago when we started, I think it was June or July, someone correct me please. We were on a really nice sunny rooftop. I think everyone was a bit nervous, but the journey, it's been a good journey, I think. It's been really good to see you guys grow and to just follow your journeys and get to know more about your organisations. I hope you guys have also enjoyed it and found value. And I'm equally as excited to see how you present yourself now to the panel. You've all been working so hard on your pitches and the slides are looking better, the pitches are looking better, so I'm really excited to see how you pull everything together and you present it to the panel.
Across our events and workshops, we're seeing really strong learning outcomes, and we've served over 2,000 young Muslims. For example, 100% of the participants in our last 10 events told us that they learned something new, whether that's identifying a new species for the first time or a hadith about nature.
Where's the equality, where's the inclusion, and where's the diversity in these reports? For parents and people who are interested to think about how they can improve their services, how can they do this if we're not involved in this process? So we're really disappointed to find that. Thank you for listening. Please ask any questions that you might have.
Going into this, Sammy had loads of ideas, but through the SVA, they've given him the resources and the tools to actually identify what is the vision of Deaf World and what is going to make the most impact. I've noticed a change in how Sammy sees the legacy of the organisation, and that's really, really important. Just his way of talking about it, just his way of articulating the importance of Deaf World has definitely changed.
The experience has been really good. I genuinely feel like it's been a transformational experience for me. I think going back to the first module that we had about vision and mission and thinking about how can I actually streamline what we're doing, because looking back now, I was doing way too much and not doing it to the highest kind of ability. And now I'm thinking about stripping things back, only doing a few things, but doing them really well.
So this program's helping me to sort of reflect on a lot of things, on the topics. And this information sort of helping me think of how I can strategically help the deaf community and what things we need to change for the future, for the deaf community, for their lives and their journeys.
I'm hoping that they leave as more confident and capable leaders, confident and capable in their skills and abilities, but also more God-conscious, so thinking of ways that they can improve their work to serve Muslims and non-Muslims alike. And inshallah, we start seeing some of the skills, knowledge and tools that they've learned in the program, and they start implementing it in the work. And 6 months, a year on, so on, we start seeing a more resilient, impactful organisation.
The Prophet, peace be upon him, explained that everything in the heavens and the earth glorifies God in ways that we may never comprehend. The rustling of the leaves, the singing of the birds, and even the croaking of the frogs are ways that nature praises its creator. So I often remind people that whenever they're outdoors and in nature, to think about the sounds of nature, not just as sounds and noises, but as praises of the divine.